What's up, guys? Shadow of the Conqueror, Enemies of Self by Shad and Brooks. Uh, my immediate thoughts on this are it's not bad. He is a YouTuber I've been following for a little bit, and when he decided he wanted to make both a novel and a comic book based on the novel, I wanted to go ahead and at least check out the comic book. Novels are a little bit more difficult for me to have time to read, so. But before I get into it, guys, just do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel to get more videos like this and in-depth reviews and things of that nature. And then I would certainly appreciate you going ahead and giving this video a thumbs up, helping out with the algorithms and whatnot. But now that we got all that out of the way, once again, my off-the-cuff series is spoiler-free. It is just my immediate thoughts. I'm going to be fairly vague because I'm not trying to give too much away. The point of this is at least give you a little bit of a taste of what somebody, thinks, and maybe decide whether or not that's for you, or maybe not. So there will be a more in-depth review with lots of spoilers further on down the road. But for now, I'm just going to give you my quick thoughts. So we have a man named Dalen, who was a tyrant in his youth. He is now an old man, and he is regretful of the way things were and is wanting to end his life. He wants to throw it all away. So instead of seeing the afterlife, he is instead given a new lease on life and is transformed into a young man, back to his younger self. And so he vows, okay, I'm going to go do right, do good things. Well, that idea is pretty short-lived after he realizes it's all too easy for him to slip back into his old ways. I'm not going to say how, because that was quite a fun little scene there. But after doing some thinking, he was a little regretful of what just happened. He kind of rethought his approach and wanted to go about trying to be a good force in the world in a different manner, knowing that it's just too easy to do what he just did. So he approaches everything in a different manner. Now, it is his old self that he was transported back to, and not just somebody else in a more youthful way. So his face is quite recognizable because, like I said, he was a tyrant. And plenty of people are like, he looks awfully familiar. And so it is believed that he is not the tyrant himself, but rather the offspring of such an individual. And he allows that to remain what everybody thinks. He plays into that. There are several individuals from his past life who did recognize him and want to know more about it. Because, a tyrant certainly has wronged plenty of people. He comes across an unlikely ally who also is no fan of his former self. And this individual, like all the others, thinks that he is the son of the tyrant. And after Dalen told him that, his father has died, this man has vowed to help him not become the tyrant. He's afraid that he's going to follow in his father's footsteps. And he just wants to help guide him away from that. For which, Dalen seems pretty grateful for that. And others don't see it quite the same way. There's others who are out for vengeance against Dalen the tyrant there. And even if that means killing the son, that is what they're going to be willing to do. So I'm going to stop there. Now this one was a little bit more difficult for me to cover as a spoiler free, so hopefully I did a good enough job for you guys. It's just we have a lot of backtracking into past in this one. And I will say that it is also very dialogue heavy in the front. Not a problem for me. But you're not going to be just immediately immersed into action right off the bat. This is a man who is very regretful in the beginning of everything that his life has amounted to. And he is very downtrodden in how he viewed himself. So I'm not saying that's a bad thing by any means, just letting you all have a heads up. So there is no current way to get a copy of Shadow of the Conqueror. So like secondhand stores is the best way to go, like eBay, things like that, any online thrift stores. But go ahead and follow Shad Brooks on like Twitter and things like that. He may have a second chance campaign coming somewhere down the road. I don't know if he does, but a lot of creators do tend to do that from time to time, or even if he releases another book following more of this, because I'll let you know it does definitely give you like an ending looking like this is going to continue on. So just follow him and you can get more information. I'll have his information down in the description as well. So that is all I have for today on this one. I appreciate your views, guys. And again, if you would, give it a thumbs up. And comment if you've read this too, by the way, what you think, or, did you like it? Did you hate it? Whatnot. But again, I appreciate your views, guys. Take care, and God bless.